Hi, my name is Jessica Tang, and I'm proud to serve as the president of AFT Massachusetts. For this month's 10-minute meeting, we're going to share some updates on the federal budget, the Big Beautiful Bill, also known as the Big Ugly Bill, and gearing up for summer action. First off, here is a quick overview of how the federal budget process works. First, the president submits a budget request to Congress. Then the House drafts, debates, and passes a bill. You should note that this time, this bill only passed by one vote. It is largely unpopular, and there are many poison pills in it. Well, next, the Senate drafts, debates, and then passes their version of the bill. Then the House and the Senate need to reconcile any differences in the two proposed budget bills and agree on one final bill. The final budget then goes to the president to sign into law or for him to veto. So, what's in the budget so far? Well, we are very concerned about this big ugly bill because it has major cuts to Medicaid. We're going to talk a little bit more about what that means for our students and our communities. But there are also changes to the Affordable Care Act. There would be an end to clean energy programs. There's more money then for military and immigration enforcement. There'd be cuts to SNAP benefits, and it would also ban restrictions on regulations for AI. What does the Medicaid pay for in our schools? Well, we have mental health services that would be cut, OT and PT services that would be cut. We might also lose school nurses that are funded by Medicaid and funding for IEPs and medical services. There would also be new work requirements, increased paperwork requirements from enrollees, new copays, and it would prohibit Medicaid from reimbursing all Planned Parenthood services, including cancer screenings and maternal health. It would also reduce Medicaid funding to states, including Massachusetts, that use their own state tax money to ensure those left out of federal Medicaid enrollment. Bottom line, it would result in loss of coverage, loss of federal funding, and forced cuts in Massachusetts. So who loses when Medicaid is cut? Well, nationally, it's 14.4 million people who could lose Medicaid coverage in the next decade under the House's proposed cuts and new requirements. We're talking about 35% of children in Massachusetts who are currently covered by Medicaid, and $14.2 billion that Massachusetts receives in federal Medicaid funding. 81 million in Medicaid reimbursements to Mass schools just last year, and paying for mental health services, again, skilled nursing, OT, PT, nutritional support, dental screenings, and a lot more. The economic costs would be even greater. If the cuts go through as anticipated, Massachusetts would lose 1.7 billion in Medicaid funding immediately, and there would be a lot more again that we could lose. So what can we do about it? Well, step one, we need to continue to show up, whether it's for mass action days organized by Indivisible or 5051, or even just making sure that we show up for our own events. So on June 16th, we're going to have a virtual town hall for AFT Mass in our community to help everyone learn more about what's at stake and how we fight back. On June 25th, we're going to have a lobby day at the State House, and we're going to be prioritizing a lot of our bills and making sure our members are the messengers to let our legislators know why our bills need to be passed, even at the state level. But you can learn more about all of our different activities and events by going to tinyurl.com/AFTMA activists, and you'll get the latest about all the things that we're doing. Second, again, we need to make sure that we educate, motivate, and empower our members with skills that they need to be able to fight back. And so we're launching resistance summer workshops all throughout this summer. And we'll be working with your locals and other community organizations to be standing up these workshops. And we hope that you'll join us in our summer organizing institutes. You can again learn more at ma.aft.org. And step three, continue to stay informed about all of the possible actions and all the ways you can get involved through the AFT Mass Activist list. Again, that's tinyurl.com/AFTMA activist. And you can follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also Blue Sky. You can get the latest updates there as well. Thank you so much for participating in this 10-minute meeting, and we hope to see you at an upcoming action with AFT Mass.